Hi, everyone. Welcome to another snippet on what pharmacists do. And today is another student edition. I have with me Justine Kabanku. Justine has been a friend of mine for 6 years now, right? We met through my little sister. You were a guest at her graduation from undergrad, and we connected from there. And I know you always since then, since I knew you, then you always wanted to go to pharmacy school, and you have a very special story of moving to the United States from Congo, and now you're in pharmacy school with young children, and I'm going to let you tell your story because it's a truly inspiring one. Thank you, Justine, for being here with us. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you? Thank you for having me. I'm super
Oh
excited.
man, I'm so happy you're here because I want people to hear your
Mhm.
story, and because I'm sure they're gonna think how if you know how they say, if I can do it, you can do it. And I think your story is that kind of story. So can you please tell us about yourself, your what inspired you to pursue a career in pharmacy, and where are you now on that journey?
Okay, thank you for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Justine Kabangu, as Dr. Wabo said. My journey to United States was really a long story. I'll make it short. I moved to United States about 14 years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
was 6 months pregnant, no English,
Wow.
nothing. Like I was just like a little girl, 20 years old, lost from nowhere. And I gave birth to my son, and I went to adult school to start learning English since I got married right after high school. So I
I
was super
see.
young. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
my mind, I still want to finish education and I wanted to be a mother and also finish my
Yeah.
education at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we moved to United States, my husband and I didn't know the language. I was speaking
Because
French.
you're from Congo, and
Yes,
in
I'm
Congo,
from,
the first language is French.
it's French, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Everything, school, everything is done in
everything
French.
is French,
And
no
then
English
you come
whatsoever.
to a country where they speak English. You're
Yes,
6 months pregnant
yes, I was 6 months
at
pregnant. I
20
don't
years old.
at 20 years old. I don't know anything. And I was like, okay, my only way to navigate the United States, I need to speak English.
Of
So
course.
yeah, I went to adult school. I took the basic English, like 0 ESL to O. Like it took me 2 years in adult school to actually speak English
To be ready.
to be ready for college. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
after 2 years, I went to college, Solano College in Fairfield. So I
Yeah.
started my
Mm-hmm.
classes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Back then, I didn't have any knowledge of pharmacy at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
And
So you were taking courses for what? What was your mindset at that
I
point?
wanted to be a teacher. I started taking some child development classes.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wanted
You
to be a
obviously
teacher.
love children. I know
Right.
you love kids. Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'm a mother and I want to educate my son. So
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
can work,
Yeah.
also take care of my son at the same time,
Yeah.
development
Mhm.
was my
That was
go-to,
your mindset. Yeah.
my first, like was my first priority.
Yeah.
And then when I was there, the first day that I went to chaperoning on like a daycare Sunday, I was like, oh my God, do I really want to do this? I'm like, no, it's too much for me. I cannot do it. So
Okay.
I love children, but the way kids were crying and they
Mm-hmm.
can't speak, I was just like, you know what?
You don't have the patience for this.
I'm not patient. I can be patient to my own son, but
Yeah. Yeah.
kids like this,
I
I
hear
don't think
you.
I can do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the second thought came to become a lawyer. And I'm like,
Okay.
but English is not good. How can I be a lawyer?
Because you have
I,
to be up there defending people, and people have to
right,
know.
and talk and
Yeah.
know
I
all
trust
the
you.
terms and
Yeah.
everything. I have to know the American law. I have no idea what is the law in America.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, it's not gonna work for me. And
Okay.
then one day I was sitting in my room, I saw the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
It was Irvers College at that time in San Francisco. They were doing commercial pharmacy technician.
Okay.
So my background, high school, I did sewing. So I did
Okay.
designing. I was like designing clothes. I have no knowledge of math, nothing.
Wow. Wow.
Like,
Wow.
I didn't know any, like we never take math in class, designing. We only design.
Yeah. It's because it's arts. It's
Yes, it's art.
creation, creative.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There was no math. I have no background with science whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my husband I'm gonna go. He was like, no, you're playing. I'm like, yes, I am. He's like, you don't have math skill. I'm like, I will learn. So I
Wow.
was really determined and
Mm-hmm.
I called the number with my small English. I didn't care whatever I said in my mouth. I will, they would get the message. So
Yeah.
I called them. I said, I want to register. I went over there and I love it since then. I love
Wow.
it. Like
Wow.
the
Wow.
first day
Okay.
of pharmacy tech school, I was just like I was in heaven.
So how did you handle the math?
So I learned, like everybody was actually struggling. There were people who took, science classes when they were in high school. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
struggling as long as
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I'm the only one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So you go to Everest College and you become a pharmacy technician. And where does pharmacy come in? Becoming a
Oh,
pharmacist.
yeah. So while I was in Everest college, I mean Everest College as a technician, one of the
Yeah.
teachers asked him, I was like, are you a pharmacist? He was like, no, I'm just a technician. I just took extra classes to
Mm-hmm.
start teaching. But I said, I want to be a pharmacist. He looked at me and was like, Justine, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I want to be a pharmacist. I'm like, the way he made me feel, he made like, oh no, you're not gonna do it. It's so hard. I'm like, what do you mean it's hard? It's like, no, girl. If you're in a pharmacy school, you're not gonna have a life. It's very hard. It's like, forget about it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it.
He was
He
right
didn't
about not having a life in pharmacy school, but he wasn't right about you not being able to do it.
Right. He said, I'm not going to do it. I said, I am going to do it. He's like, no, if you want to do, if you're in a pharmacy school, you're not going to watch TV. You're not going to have a life. You're not going to have a social life, which all of that is not true. But some of them were, some of them
Yeah.
are not. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He didn't believe me. So after we finished school, it was 1 year course. And I graduated and I started working on Walmart was my first job
As a pharmacy tech.
as a pharmacy tech.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been in pharmacy. I love it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
start asking all the pharmacists, they were telling me it was hard. It's a dedication. You have to do this like I had our 99% of pharmacists, they were very encouraging. Some of them were just like, forget about it. No
Maybe they
encouraging.
were encouraging, but then honest about what you were going to face.
Right. They
Because
were encouraging me.
it
Some
is
of them, yeah.
challenging. Yeah.
Some of them
Yeah.
they were like, it's hard. They would tell me all of that. I didn't want to hear the negativity.
Of course. Of course.
Take the positivity, even though they
Right.
would tell me honestly, which is true.
Yeah.
Most of them, they told me the truth,
Yeah.
and I still have the
Okay. Okay. So
feeling.
you're a pharmacy technician at Walmart. How do you get to being in pharmacy school now?
So I went to, and after I finished my pharmacy tech, I went straight to college because I didn't want to waste my time. My mind, it was focused to be a pharmacist. Like
Okay.
I didn't really care how long it's going to take me, but I want to get there. So I went to school, and when I got to college, I told my counselor that I want to do pharmacy, and then
Mhm.
he was like, "You already choose a school?" I said, "Yeah, Toro," because I was living in the Valley of Toro
Yeah.
was my
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
city. So
Yeah.
all my prereqs was Toro, all of them. I was just focusing on that.
Yeah.
And
And
of
what
it
year is this?
was 2013.
And what year did you finish pharmacy technician school?
I started in 2012 and I finished 2013,
And what year did you arrive in the United States?
2009.
2009. So this is already what?
2009, so
4
10.
years in
Yes.
2013. That's when you're already a pharmacy technician and you are already thinking about doing the next thing, pharmacy.
Yes.
And you want to go to Turo, you take all your prerequisites for Turo, you take that anatomy, physiology,
All of that.
calculus, English 101,
All
all of it, and then what?
So I struggle a lot in chemistry because I don't have no science at all. I struggle on Chem
Me
one,
too. Me
Chem
too.
two. I did
Organic
well.
chemistry, biochemistry, oh my God.
Oh Lord, I didn't take biochemistry, which was not required tutorial. So I was
Your
only
Turo, right? Okay.
yeah. But
Okay.
now I do take the biochemistry in pharmacies. Oh my God, that was another language.
Yeah.
So I did take Chem one, Chem two, Chem three, Chem four. Oh my God, it
Uh-huh.
was
I hear
hard.
you. I hear you.
It's not fun, but it was worth it.
Okay. Okay. So, but you're not at Turo now, are you? What pharmacy school are you at?
No, I'm likely I didn't get to tour. I don't know why. I got accepted to two pharmacy schools. So AUHS is in
Los
LA
Angeles.
and CNU in Sacramento. But I
Okay.
wanted it to get in and get out. I also applied for UOP. I wanted to have a 3 years.
Uh-huh.
I
Mm-hmm.
would save 1 year for residency, so I don't have to be like
Yeah.
5 years in school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
CNU accepted me, the one in the Sacramento, and also the AUHS. And I look at, okay, AUHS is 3 years, this is 4 years. Let me just do the 3 years one and save another year for residency. So that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I never got any call from him.
So right now you are, so which school did you decide to go to?
AUHS.
AUHS. So you're at AUHS in Los Angeles now.
Yes.
See, one thing I find about your story that you haven't told us yet, but I know is it was very similar to mine, where I lived in Los Angeles and I got admitted to Touro University in Northern California in Vallejo,
Right.
and I had two children under 3 years old, and I still made a decision to come to Touro because that was the only acceptance I had at the time. And you have um, a very similar story. Can you share that with us?
Yes. Oh, my God. I feel like you and I have always have the similar story.
It's
We're both
crazy. It's
stories,
crazy.
mom, and it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you,
I got accepted at CNU, which was 30 minutes from my house.
yeah,
But this one was in LA, 3 years. I'm like, no, I need to go to the 3 years.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was a hard decision. I have four children. I
Ah,
have
yeah. Oh
yes,
my God. Okay.
yes.
Whew.
I have four of them, and when I left, my daughter was only 1 year old. So I left a 3 year old, 1 year old, 12 year old, and 11 year old. So like the youngest one was my heart. It was I could not do it.
1 years old. And
Yes.
shout out to your husband for, because
Yes.
he stayed
It
at
stayed.
home or in town with the kids while you traveled to Los Angeles for pharmacy school. So how are you getting through with that? How are you seeing the children? How often?
So sometimes I don't see them until because my school is quarterly, so we do quarter like every 10 weeks. I have to come back home. Sometimes I'll come back home. I'll come back home like every other weekends to just see the kids because I don't want to go too long. But it's been hard.
Yeah.
It is hard as a
It's a
mother. Sometimes.
struggle. It's a
Mm-hmm.
struggle. But that's why I really wanted to share your story, to let anyone out there who is interested in pursuing a career in pharmacy or pursuing any other career that they dream of, do
Mm-hmm.
not let anything stop them if that's what's set deep in their heart. Because I met you in 2016. You had talked about becoming a pharmacist, and it's now 2022, and
Mm-hmm.
you're in your first year. And all these years, you have taken all the steps you needed. You have taken the prerequisites. You have applied. Um, how many times did you apply until you got in? I applied like, I think I got in on my third year of round application. How many years did it take you to get in, to
Mm,
apply?
just one time. I just did one
Okay, that's,
application.
wow. Okay, and then
Yeah, so it's just like I just graduated I got my bachelor, and then I graduated in May. In June, I started my pharmacy school. So it's just
wow,
1 year around.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it didn't take me.
And you left your four young kids to
Yes.
go to move to LA, and you're flying every other weekend as much as you can to be with them. And for a mom, I know that is not easy. And on top of that, adding the the fact that you are in a very demanding um academic program. So my hats off to you. I am really, really proud of you. And all you do. So just keep up the good work, and always let the rookie pharmacists know if you have any questions about pharmacy school and what's going on. And if I can help you, I will. If not, I'll try to find someone who can help you. So you're in pharmacy school now. How do you find that? Are there any surprises? Anything? Is it what you expected?
No, it was not what I expected. So there was surprise, like a biochemistry. I was looking, I'm like, what is this?
Why do I have to take this again?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
the people who took it when they were undergrad, they did well compared to me. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't take it, so I
Yeah.
tried to
Yeah.
avoid it as much I could, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
came back and haunted me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I struggled at the beginning, but the end of the semester, I was doing pretty good because
Good.
I spent most of the time doing that.
Yeah.
And biopharmaceutical, oh my God, it was
Hard.
disappointing. It was hard.
Okay. But you passed them. You made
I
it.
did. I
So
did.
what's your secret? How do you make it through? How do you
Just
get through pharmacy school, which is hard alone, on its own, but um adding the stressors of everything that we mentioned, how do you find that balance to get through studying and family and also being healthy and that work life balance as they call it?
So I dedicate my time to school. School is the number one priority. Like in LA, I don't go out. I don't do nothing. After school, I'm home, study. That's all I'm doing. So
Yeah.
taking time
Good.
to study, and I do work out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are
Nice.
the days that I'm free. I
Yeah.
go run for like 3 or 4 miles. It depends how my body
Mm-hmm.
responds.
Mm-hmm.
But studying every single day, like right after lecture, if you cannot rest, and
Mm-hmm.
also rest for like 1 or 2 hours and come back and study.
Yeah.
Those that mostly focus on the subject that you are struggling the most,
Mm-hmm.
and focus on that study. Be that's
Gotcha.
the bottom line.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, studying every day was my thing too. I think that's the only thing you can do. You have to study, study, study. I think as a pharmacy technician too, you're already familiar with some of the drugs, so that should make certain classes a little bit easier. I
Yeah.
like how you added working out in there because you do have to stay healthy. I cannot tell you how many pounds I gained in pharmacy school because I wasn't really working out, and I was studying, and when I was studying, I was snacking on
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
And it's not until after pharmacy school that I really focused on exercising and losing that weight. But really, the two go together, exercising and also, you know about the effects of exercise on, on stress relief and things like that, because I know in your situation, things can be very stressful. And what do you know what career specifically in pharmacy? What kind of pharmacy do you want to be? Do you know that yet? Do you have any idea? It's okay if you don't.
No, I do. I have
Okay.
I have everything planned. I wanted to be a pediatrician pharmacist if that were open for me, or oncology pharmacist.
Okay. So you really love kids. You have that thing with kids. So you would have to do a residency for that probably to increase your prospects of getting a job. And then the
Mhm.
other thing you said was oncology.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So are you thinking about doing residency then?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And can you are you already doing certain things to get yourself ready for that? Like any activities you're involved in school? I don't even know how you would find time for that, but um how do you prepare yourself for post pharmacy school for residency?
Yeah, so I joined the CPHA at my school, and I also,
California Pharmacists
yeah,
Association.
for
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
board treasurer, maybe next year they have an election for that. And I also
Okay. That's
ASHP,
leadership. So you're
yeah,
like looking into getting involved in leadership wise. Mm-hmm.
and I'm also ASHP member.
Member. Okay.
Really
Okay.
got chance to go. The media was this year. We were doing our final, so I could not
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I'm
You
planning
don't
to.
have to go to mid-year necessarily. You can get involved with your local ASHP chapter. So the California chapter, but I'm sure Los Angeles has some chapters too
They
that
do have one in Long
yeah,
Beach.
yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Getting involved in those chapters will not only show leadership, and it will also get you to network and meet people, and some doors may open for you that way.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We are almost rounding down. You've gone through a lot, you've achieved a lot. I think you're in a good place to give people one piece of advice. Anyone out there thinking about going back to school, becoming a pharmacist, but think, oh, this is so hard. I don't know if I can make it. What advice do you have for them? Just one.
To just keep pushing. It's
Mhm.
not easy. I'm gonna tell you my personal experience. As
Mhm.
coming to this country, English is my fifth language. It's not even one or two, it's a fifth language.
Oh
For
Lord.
me to learn and then also go through all these obstacles that I went in life, it is doable. If you focus and you put your mind into it, you can do it. I know. I know
I'm
it's
so stuck on fifth language.
yes, it's fifth language. Yes.
So which languages? Just curious. French,
So French,
English,
Lingala, Swahili,
Lingala.
yeah, and also Luba, which is my dialect language in English.
Okay. French, Lingala, English, Luba. What was the fifth one?
Fifth one, Swahili.
Girl, this
Yeah.
is amazing. And
Right.
your advice is also right on. Just keep pushing. Just
Keep
keep putting
pushing.
one foot in front of the other. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, and then you just got to keep stepping. And I'm so
Right.
proud of
Failure
you.
is the key to a success. If you
Yeah,
fail, don't look at the failure, just keep pushing. I have failed a class. I have a repeat, came one twice.
me
So
too.
here I am in a pharmacy school. It does not make me, the D can be, a D student can become a pharma D.
Ah, I like that though. I really like that. A D student can become a farm D.
Yes,
Absolutely. This is an
yeah.
amazing way to, I think I'm going to steal that phrase and start using it. Justine, I'm so appreciative of you coming on. I really, I'm rooting for you. I can't wait to be at your graduation in 3 years. And I'm
Yes.
here to help you if you need to, if you have any questions. Thank you so much for coming on. And
Thank
if
you for
anyone
having
has a
me.
question for Justine, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and I'll help you get in touch with her. Until then, God bless you and protect you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, Justine.
Bye bye. Thank you.